Dothan, it's a small city. If you ride around here, you see a lot of people walking. 95% of those people are homeless. If you don't have nobody that's encouraging you, motivating you, uplifting you, pouring into you, you're gonna get sucked up in these streets. It's so hard around here.
You know, a lot of folks have encountered throughout the system injustices when it comes to fines and fees and bailout. The lack of resources is keeping our people in cages.
A lot of the women that's here, they just be sitting in there because their bonds be like $300. Then you lose your house, you lose your job.
Some people have lost their children.
You just sitting in there. They just don't have the money.
If they're working 2 jobs here in the state of Alabama, minimum wage is still $7 an hour. The city knows this, the state knows it, but it's a way to keep our people incarcerated.
All of the women that we help during this bailout, I prefer to be the hands-on person for them, because I always tell people, if you ain't been through nothing, you can't help nobody. You can't sit up here and tell me nothing about going to prison if you ain't never been in there. I was pregnant and had my son in prison, and to give birth to a child and then have to get up and put on a white uniform and leave my son sitting in the bed and then putting handcuffs on me and putting me back in the van to transport me back to the prison. I think that was the hardest thing I could have done. I did it knowing that that wasn't gonna be the last time that I seen my child. I knew that.
Hi, Miss Davis. Happy Monday. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, we're on our way to Montgomery to bail out some other women, so if you can briefly just tell me what's going on.
Okay, we're leaving Dothan now. We'll be there in about an hour and a half. Just meet us at the municipal courthouse, okay?
Now with our Mother's Day bailout, we hit anywhere that will let us. You know, we go from Dothan, Alabama, we go to Montgomery, Alabama, we could go to Birmingham, Alabama, we could even go to Florida.
In Dothan, we were able to successfully bail out 3 women yesterday. One actually got out this morning. And then I also have 4 women I gotta get to once I leave from here. Today, I know we bailed out at least about 30 to 40 women, particularly here, even though we had a line of about 200 people. So we're in about close to at least 50 to 60 folks. So first of all, we're supported by NBO. And they fund us to free black mamas out of jail and keep y'all from being injured.
I'm over the bail tracker. I have to go to the city. I have to greet these women. I gotta get them to fill out all of my paperwork. If they need director services, some of them they need food, some of them need clothes, some of them need hotels. If they got their rent due, I gotta get the documentation from them. I gotta get in touch with their landlord. I gotta see where the money got to go, who it gotta go to. So it's a whole process. And we try to bail them out of jail and get them their director services within 72 hours.
Just like the case that we just had last night, Miss Aisha, she's been transferred from jail to jail in the last 3 years. And it maybe only took $1,500 to get her out. But why should somebody sit that long? She still had to return home, lived about 45 minutes away. She didn't want to go home in chains. And so we wanted to make sure that she had the proper clothing to go home. And we made sure she had food, so she's not in the hotel feeling, low about herself. We made sure she had a cell phone. And just for her to be able to call her family and then say, wow, your release was amazing. So now we got to send her back to the flock, back out to her, her community. And so that's what we're going to do. When Aisha went into the hotel last night, my first thought process is, how is she gonna absorb staying by herself in the evening when she's been used to the last 3 years hearing voices all night, seeing bugs, hearing screams and cries, and now she's in a room silently by herself. And the mental state that happens with that. And as she kept repeating yesterday, I just can't believe I'm free. It's like living in a dream. The challenge is that you can actually be free physically, but not free in your mind. And so how do we overcome that? We overcome that with love and support. I talked to her today and I said, I'm gonna come see you when I get back. And she said, you're gonna come see me? And I said, yeah. We have to let our women know that we're not gonna leave you.
We do this bailout until we run out of funds. When they see us, we want them to know that, hey, we're excited that we're able to get you out. We want to help you. I'll be glad. I'll be waiting for this time of the year for us to go and get these women out of jail because they deserve it.